Hi, fifth graders. Today we are going to be in our Go Math book. So we are in chapter 7, page 363. And that's what we're going to be using for our notes today. This is one of my favorite lessons probably of the year. And it's the order of operations. So some of you might know it as PEMDAS. Some of you might know it as the order of operations. But we are going to start at the top of page 363, and we're going to go over these key terms. Okay, so we have three key terms: the numerical expression, evaluate, and lastly, order of operations. So I'm going to read through this, each definition, and make sure that we understand it. So first, a numerical expression is a mathematical phrase that uses only numbers and operation symbols. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, there are no letters in here, so it does not have anything to do with algebra. Okay, and there's no equal sign, you'll see as well. So the only thing in a numerical expression is a number, okay, like these, and signs. Okay, so mathematical signs like plus, times, plus, plus. Okay, and obviously can also have a subtraction or a division sign. The second term, evaluate. Okay, you evaluate a numerical expression when you find its value. Okay, so we're finding the value of these. Essentially, what does it equal? Okay, even though there's no equal sign, evaluate means find out what it equals. Okay, and then lastly, order of operations. The order of operations are you must follow a set of rules in order to find an answer to one of these numerical expressions. Okay, so we have to follow an order of operations in order to figure out the answer. Okay, so what are those order of operations? Okay, now most of you know them as PEMDAS. Your book has it right here. I'm also going to write it down, though, in the version of PEMDAS. So I'm actually going to go over to this page to write it. I know that that's not best, probably, but I'm going to write it right here. Okay, so I actually write it like this because there are really only 4 steps and not 6. And I'll explain why, and we'll also watch a video tomorrow that will explain a little bit more why as well. But the P stands for parentheses. Make sure I spell that right. I didn't. It's an EN. Okay, never mind. Parentheses. E is exponents. M is multiply, and D is divide. So we're going to write multiply or divide. And then add, subtract. So it's going to be add or subtract. So step 1 is to do anything that is within parentheses in your problem. Step 2, if your problem has exponents, then you're going to find the exponent answers. Then you are going to multiply or divide. Now, how do you decide what one you do first? You go left to right. Just like you read a book, you do a math problem left to right as well, but you need to follow these rules. So multiply or divide is the same step. So if you have a divide before a multiply in the problem, you still do the division first. Then add, subtract is step 4. Okay, again, same deal. It's left to right in that problem. Okay, so some of you might, that might be a little bit of a change for what you've known in the past, but 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, not 6. Okay, so that's important to know. We are going to start with finding the answer to this question. Okay, it gives us a word problem. It says an archer shoots 6 arrows at a target. 2 arrows hit the ring worth 8 points. 4 arrows hit the ring worth 4 points. And then evaluate the expression 2 times 8 plus 4 to the second power to find the archer's total number of points. Okay, so in this problem, there are no parentheses. Okay, I'm going to make it so you can see both things here so you can see the PEMDAS. So there are no parentheses, so you don't need to do any parentheses. The second step is exponents. So I'm going to start with this, 4 to the second power. So we learned yesterday that 4 to the second power means 4 times 4. Well, most of you are probably doing it today. But 4 times 4 is 16. Okay? And then you still have 2 times 8 plus that 16. Okay? It is really, 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 really vital and important that you rewrite everything that you have left in order to not make a simple mistake. Okay? Because of the room in this book, I can't write it right under it, but writing it right under it is the best solution. Okay? Then I go to my third step, multiply or divide. So in this case, there's just multiplying, so I do 2 times 8 is 16, and I rewrite. Okay, I'm rewriting everything. Don't skip steps because you're going to make simple mistakes. Okay, and then last step, add or subtract. So 16 plus 16 is 32. The archer scores a total of 32 points in this case. Okay, we're going to flip to a much more difficult example at the top of page 364 here. Okay, this is a very tough example, and I'm going to do it on the side, even though they have everything written down for me here. I'm going to do it on the side so that we can go through it together. Okay, the first step is parentheses. So the first thing I need to do is 13 minus 4. Well, we ask ourselves what 13 minus 4 is, and it's 9. So I'm going to rewrite my problem with that 9 in there, and we can get rid of the parentheses at this point. Plus 5 times 2 to the third power. Okay, so this is what I have left. Now my second step, there's no parentheses left, so my second step is exponents. Well, here's my exponent. So 2 to the third power means 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, so 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Right, 8, and I'm going to rewrite everything. Again, very important to rewrite everything. Next step, multiply or divide left to right. Don't multiply first, you're going to divide first. So 72 divided by 9 is 8 plus 5 times 8. There's still a multiplying left, so I'm going to do that one. 40 plus 8. Okay, so 8 plus 40 is 48, and that should be what you get as your answer on that one. Okay? All right, what I'm going to have you guys do are a couple of example questions so that you can practice this on pause, and then I will go over the answers in a minute. So if you can look now on to page 365, and if you can do numbers 2, 3, and 4, they all have a little something different in them, so it's good practice problems. But go ahead and pause and try those 3 questions. Okay, hopefully you paused and did that. We are going to go ahead and go through the answers to these. Okay, so number 2, you have no parentheses. So the second step is exponents. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 more is 27. So 6 plus 27 divided by 9. Step 3, multiply or divide. I have a divide. 27 divided by 9 gives me 3. And I rewrite still. 6 plus 3 gives me 9. 9 is my answer. Okay, so hopefully you got that for number 2. Number 3, start with the parentheses. Okay, you have the exponent on the outside here, but that will go once the parentheses have gone. Okay, so 15 minus 3 gives you 12 to the second power divided by 9. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and do step 2, 12 to the second power. Well, you have to know your 12's facts here. 12 times 12 is 144. If you didn't know that, you always can go to the side and do this. Okay, and you can go through your math to get 144 here as well. Okay, so then 144 divided by 9. I don't know that one off the top of my head. So I'm going to have to go and do some division here. 9 goes into 14 once. 9 goes into 54 6 times. 6 times 9 is 54. I zero out. So my answer is 16. Okay, so hopefully you got that one. That one is a little tougher. Number 4. Now, this one is interesting because I have 8 plus 9, but I have the exponent inside of here. So when I'm inside of the parentheses, I still have to follow my PEMDAS. Okay, so my PEMDAS say do the exponent before I add. Okay, so I need to do the exponent first here. So 9 times 9 is 81. So my new problem rewritten is 8 plus 81 minus 4 times 10. Now I do parentheses. 8 plus 81 is 89 minus 4 times 10. 4 times 10 is my next step because I don't have any exponent, so I'm on to step 3. 4 times 10 is 40. So then I have to figure out what 89 minus 40 is. Okay, so some of you might be able to do that in your head. Some of you might need to come to the side here and do 9 minus 0 is 9. 8 minus 4 is 4. And my answer for that last one is 49. Okay, so number 2, a little bit easier, and work our way to probably the toughest one being number 4. Take your time with these. These are really easy to make simple mistakes because of not doing all your work and showing all your work. So make sure that you show all your work throughout this. It's going to be super important so that you don't make any silly mistakes. All right, have a good rest of your evening, and we will see you tomorrow. All right, bye.